Hello everybody, I'm back. It's been a while and I thought maybe I would record a new video and upload it to YouTube. This is the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. For those of you who do not know and have only ever played Skyrim, this is an old way of playing the Elder Scrolls. And I'll try to explain everything as we go. But for today, I'm going to be starting a new game, and we are going to jump right in. So, let's do it. So, it says, please select your home province. This doesn't mean you're going to be playing in the province that you pick. What this means is that you're going to be picking a race, and whatever home province, by the way, you can't pick Imperial Province, or you can't pick the orcs, because those are not playable races just yet, because Imperial Province, I think, is a generic white guy. And orcs are considered more accurately to be monsters than anything else. So, we're going to pick... I don't know what I want to do yet. I'm probably going to pick High Elf, which means I would have to pick Somerset Isle. The reason I'm going to probably pick these is because they have immunity to paralysis. High Elves hail from the province of Somerset. You are part of a tall, golden-skinned race, people, extremely intelligent, agile, and willful. The magical nature of Somerset Isle has made the High Elves natural spellcasters who are immune to paralyzing poisons and spells. Is your character to be a High Elf? I'm going to say yes. I think there are a few things that they don't mention in that little extra part there too, but I'm not going to go into it. And then it says, would you like to choose from a list of possible classes to play? You can also create your own custom character class by choosing this option. I think this is one of the most appealing things about the older Elder Scrolls games. While yes, you are locking yourself down to a specific type of playstyle, it is very interesting that you can create your own type of playstyle. You can roleplay this game has... You can roleplay just about anything. This game has such an in-depth class creation system. And it's a little bit confusing at first. I'm going to make my own class, and we're going to go from there. So we're going to make a custom class. Now, don't be alarmed by all of the don't be alarmed by all of this. It's not much to worry about. What this means is that I'm going to obviously class name. I don't even have to go into that. These are your attributes. For anybody who has played any kind of role-playing game, like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, these are basically your ability scores, and they all start out at 50. And every time, 50 is the average, that's 0. And they can only go up to 100, and they can only go down, hey, get away from the door, you're fine. And they can only go down to, like, I think they can go down as far as 10, and that means, I said get away from the door. Hey. Oi. Go. My cat's trying to get out of my bedroom. And where was I? Oh yeah. You get +1 or -1 for every 10 points above or below the ability score. So it's like in increments of 10. So you can pretty much adjust these as much as you want, but you gotta keep in mind, like, if you adjust this by 10 points, you're gonna have to lower another one by 10 points. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna probably make a mage build, because that's what I normally do. So we're gonna go with that. So I can go up to maximum of 75. I can't go higher than that when I'm adjusting. I'm gonna do the same thing with willpower. So that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other skills that I have to lower by 10 points. 5 other skills I can lower I'm going to lower strength by 10 points. Agility, I'm going to keep the same. Endurance, I'm going to lower by 10. Actually, I don't need agility. Personality, speed, and luck. The reason I kept endurance the same is because if I do that, endurance basically gives me extra hit points every time I level up, and I am planning on like increasing endurance as best as I can. Class name, we're gonna call it Wizard. Maximum hit points per level. We're gonna keep that at 8. And then you've got skills. Now this is a very interesting part of character development. For anybody who has played Skyrim, skills are basically how good you are at a certain thing. The difference between this though and in Skyrim is that skill levels have a percentile level, or a level to them that determines not how effective they are, but how often they're successful. So it's like rolling a D100 for every skill you have. And for every skill that you have, each skill has a level, and if you basically roll, it randomly determines whether or not you have a success. It's a skill check. So if you swing a sword at something and you're only at like level 12 with that sword, you're not gonna hit anything very often. It's not based off of player skill, it is based off of random chance. And you can increase the odds of success by increasing the level of the skill. That's what I like about this game. It's more like a tabletop role-playing game than it is a video game, which is really interesting to me. It was a very interesting approach that they had towards video games at the time. So, I'm going to pick my skills, and I'll be right back. Alright. Now, we can do edit special advantages and edit special disadvantages. These are really interesting. So we picked the High Elf, which has a paralysis immunity. With these, basically, we can add special traits that they're like feats in tabletop role-playing games. Except these feats don't have previous requirements, and they affect how fast you level up, which I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute. We're going to go with increased magery ×3, even though a normal mage would only have ×2. We're going to... We're gonna stick with that. And then we're gonna add it in disadvantage. Now, normally this would be a very bad thing, but because our character has an immunity to paralysis, we're gonna go critical weakness to paralysis. But because we're immune to it, we don't have to worry about that. We're gonna also add forbidden armor type, chain, leather, plate. Let's go with chain, forbidden armor type, plate, forbidden material. Yeah, that's too much. Forbidden shield types, tower, forbidden shield types, round, forbidden weaponry, missile weapon, forbidden weaponry, long blade. Oh, we only have a certain amount. That sucks. Oh well. Now, as you'll notice, this little dagger here went up or down based on what we did. So basically, this is a skill advancement for our class. So if we have a bunch of disadvantages, our skill advancement goes down. Makes it harder for us. It makes it easier for us to level up faster. But if we add more advantages, it'll go up. Or if we adjust our hit points, it'll go up. So of course we want a good average amount of hit points. Let's start with 20. That way we have a little bit of free range. It's a little bit interesting. Actually, let's go with 15. Let's stick with 15. Pretty solid number. We don't need a whole lot of hit points. We're going to be slinging spells at things from a distance, so we don't really need to worry about all that. There are going to be things in this game that can sling spells back. That's going to be a problem. So yeah. Appa, what are you doing back there, buddy? What are you doing? You okay? You okay? I don't know if he got into the shot or not, but if he did, there you go, free cat shot. He's exploring his surroundings right now. Alright, now we can... This is our background, and our background doesn't exactly do a lot of things for us mechanically, except to give us certain starting equipment. And usually I choose I'm going to choose my character's career path by answering the 12 important career decisions that will influence my character's background. But you can also just fast start if you don't really want to answer 12 questions. But I'm going to answer them just to give you a sense of what kind of questions they ask you. And they're all generally kind of the same. It mostly depends on what kind of character you build. For this example, I chose a lot of magic skills, so it's assuming that I'm going to play a mage. So after the School of Restoration, what magic have you been studying the longest? So it's assuming that my biggest skill is in Restoration, which is not really what I wanted, but it's no big deal. There is what motivates you into a life of adventure. That's a generalized question, but the last question, what's after Restoration? What's your There's also two other kinds of questions that are similar to that. There's one for fighting style characters that use combat with weapons and armor. Then there's the thievy, I'm a rogue style character, and those guys are kind of like, what kind of thief skill do you use the most, or what kind of weapons do you have the most experience with, and it determines it basically what that does is it increases your skill level with those skills, and you even start with certain equipment. What motivates you into a life of adventure, riches, fame, knowledge, fun, or helping others? Are you a nice guy? Are you in it for the knowledge? Do you just want the money? I'm going to go with knowledge. In between formal study, you spent your time socializing with aristocrats, learning street smarts, practicing acrobatics, learning economics, swimming, or sparring. Normally, I would pick... Actually, I don't remember what I would usually pick. I would think probably learning economics. If it was like, I can see my character knowing his way around the coin, you know what I mean? Since childhood, you have saved 100 gold pieces, a favorite book, a cuirass, or a buckler. Now, for anybody who wants to start out with lots of gold at the beginning of the game, do not pick the 100 gold pieces. I'll tell you why. Books are fantastic because they are extraordinarily valuable. They are some of the best treasure you can find. I know it sounds stupid. Well, what about precious gems? Well, what about this? Well, what about that? Well, yeah. The thing is, books are extremely valuable because the creator of the game based a lot of the valuables off of old, like, legitimately old stuff that happened back in, like, the Renaissance, and books were very valuable back in the Renaissance. So, I'm gonna go with a favorite book. Plus, I'm a mage, so I'm playing a wizard, I'm gonna want to do that. Now, here's the tricky part. We chose the short blade and the blunt weapon skills. Now, the best weapon you can get out of this question, it says, in gratitude for services rendered, the Emperor gave you. And you can choose a book, and if you want to get more money, that's totally okay. 200 gold pieces, a ruby, an elven flail, a silver staff, or an ebony dagger. The ebony dagger is the 100% best choice if you want to have a good, solid weapon at the beginning of the game, because It can hit everything. It can hit almost everything. There are certain monsters in this game that cannot be hit by certain types of material, like iron, steel. Ebony is very high on that list, so for a long time, you're going to be able to hit everything you come across. Whether it be imps, which are immune to iron, or harpies, which are immune to everything below Elven. And that's quite a few things, by the way, just saying. That's like iron, steel, and silver. Sorry about that. Got a little bit thirsty. So I'm going to pick Ebony Dagger. Of course, you can pick whatever you want, but I always pick the Ebony Dagger. As you grew older, you received additional magical training in the School of Destruction, Restoration, Illusion, Alteration, Thaumaturgy, and Mysticism. Now, I should have mentioned this earlier when I was choosing skills, but the different magic schools are very, very important. You've got Destruction, which is pretty straightforward. If anybody who plays Skyrim, I'm sure you'll understand 4 of them, but you're probably wondering what these 2 are. The bottom 2 are Thaumaturgy and Mysticism. Thaumaturgy kind of messes with your surroundings. Mysticism, it's a little hard to explain. Mysticism is like teleportation. Thaumaturgy is like making lights. It wasn't an alteration skill until later. So there you go. So I'm going to go with, yes, there is teleportation in this game. And there's also flying in this game, this levitation. It's really fun. The School of Mysticism. As a child, your nickname was Rabbit, Guppy, Quicksilver, Scrapper, or Monkey. Quicksilver. You are friendlier than most with... Okay, so what this does, there are monster languages you can pick. Those skills are absolutely useless. All it does is has a very small percentage of whether or not you successfully pacify an enemy. And yeah. But you gotta pick one, so I'm gonna go with the Glorious Dragons, and even though you don't really see them until super late game. Of all disagreeable types, you have the most personal hatred for sanctimonious priests, diabolic wizards, stupid peasants, power-mad robber barons, or immoral assassins. I'm gonna go with sanctimonious priest. I don't want to talk about that why. I'm not gonna talk about why. You are intimate friends with a monk, rogue, an assassin, a mage, or a warrior. I'm gonna go with a mage. And what god, if any, do you worship? We don't worship any just yet. You have the most trouble fighting without magic. Alright, and our reputation changes based on our question. What our answers are. Our reputation changed for scholars are going to like us better now because our reputation with them is higher. Now we get to name ourselves. So we're going to go with Zaroth Frost Peak. I don't know. Why not? And then we get to pick our character's face. It's not an in-depth thing, but who cares? We never really get to see your character outside of what your character looks like in your character sheet. It's a character portrait, basically. We're gonna re-roll that. Ah, perfect. What? Oh, this is absolutely perfect. We get 96 intelligence. We have 288 spell points. That's phenomenal. We're going to save that. We're going to hit OK. We're going to... I don't know. Why is Restoration our biggest skill? That doesn't make any sense to me. There we go. And then short blade. We want that to be the highest. Okay. And we're going to hit very high. And we're going to get into it.
Years after Tiberception's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the empire of Tamriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bond of the empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim, the seventh, cannot repair what his ancestors endured. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion, and one indomitable power hides itself, but not forever.
And yes, this game has live action.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him. But his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and as your friend. I have one lesser request.
Catford.
Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night. For tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
By the way, he just lied to us. But I'm not going to say what he said was a lie. Oh my god. Okay, so good news and bad news. Good news is the game started without a hitch. Bad news is the first prompt didn't pick up, so the first part of the story is not going to be available to us for quite some time. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So we're probably just going to be fapping about, doing absolutely nothing important. We got 2 books, which is really good. We're going to equip the Ebony Dagger, which is also really good. We're going to change the way our shirt looks on us. There we go. Boom. Done. And then we're ready. In this game, you're basically an adventurer. Oh, come on. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Alright, you know what? Stop resisting my spell. Come on now. And then we get to rest until fully healed. Perfect. So you start in the middle. Basically, the reason you started in a dungeon is because you were in a ship off the coast of the Iliac Bay, which is that big bay between both Hammerfell and High Rock. And I'll show you a world map of that later. As soon as we get out of the dungeon, we can actually look at one. And basically, you are investigating the death of King Lysandus of Daggerfall. a malefic storm. A big storm kind of wrecked the ship, and you swam to shore, and basically, because you swam to shore, you found shelter in a cave, and then a rock slide sealed you in. And now, you're in here, and you're trying to find a way out. I know the word. I know how to get out, but you also gotta be very careful of these guys. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Thank you. Alright, so... done. Oh god. Oh god. Oh jeez. That red bar is our health, but in the original game, this is Daggerfall Unity, so everything seems a little bit better. Yeah, graphics not so much, but that's only because it's a really old game and it used to run on DOS, so... Hey! And like that we leveled up. So now we get 100 intelligence. We now have 300. And we're going to rest until fully healed. Again. We are now officially level 2. I guess one of the reasons why I chose to level up so fast is because I think that that I can still do the main story, I just won't get the prompt for Lady Brisayana. I'll explain who that is in a minute. Ah! There we go. A steel dagger. Might be a good backup for when we need it. You can take the gold. Die. Yep. We're gaining skills like if there's no... Whoa, 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 whoa. You didn't see that. I want my character sheet. Alright, I'm going to show you what the character... This is what the character sheet looks like. 41 for destruction. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Health is 55 out of 55. That's good. Rock on, dude. Don't know why I did that. %6 of the way there. Listen, dude. I actually survived that. Holy cow. We're gonna rest until fully healed. There's a high chance there's gonna be an enemy in here anyway. Oh wow, what do you know? I beat the odds. Now, I think it's going up by 2 points. No, it is not. Okay, whatever. I thought it was gonna go up by 2% every time we... Ah! Demon bat! Okay, these guys are resistant to... These guys are resistant. Ow! Jerk. Miss me, I gotta kiss me. Ah! Came in clutch with that spell. Coming in clutch with the spellcaster. Anyway, if you go down here, by the way, if I apologize if it's too dark for anyone to see what's going on. That's just how I have the game set. It's not just you. I have a hard time seeing it too. It's just I use torches to be able to see. Fuck you. fully healed. It's just the way I have it set, so it's more realistic. I can turn that off if you guys want me to in the future. Just leave a comment down below if you guys want me to turn the brightness up just a tiny bit so that the darkness, the ambience and the darkness, to change that so that you guys can see better. Because sometimes I find it annoying too. But hey, evil bat. Also, if you guys like this kind of content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I know plugging my channel's growth is probably not a good idea to do it right here, but... Oh shit. Oh shit. One more hit and I'm probably dead. Yes! Alright. Phew! That was a friggin' nightmare. Holy crow. Holy crow! And there's a loot bag here, full of gold. Basically, you kill people and you take their gold in dungeons. That's how this game works. Ah! Evil rat! You will die. And I know where I'm pretty much just looping back around, but the reason I'm doing this is because I don't really... I'm doing this because I technically could leave right now, but I don't want to. You... Yeah. You guys aren't doing much damage, but whatever. I'm doing this for the level up. Ha 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 ha! Ta-da! Did you have anything interesting? Oh yeah, you had the gold and the you had the steel dagger and the big warhammer, I think. Woo! Ha ha ha! Sucker! That, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you level up faster. You take on monsters and hope to God you gain the experience. 33%! Usually it takes a long time before that even gets to 10%. A lot longer than the way I was doing things. We want to go down here. There's a secret area. Is it something over here? That looks suspicious. Secret door! Ah! I forgot about you. Stop dodging my dagger. Stop it. Die. Whew. Aha. And there's gonna be an enemy in here. No? Okay, good. Plus, I kind of want to get all the loot in this game, in this dungeon, before I leave. Because the loot does technically respawn. I just want to make sure I get as much as I can, so I can get as much gold as I can at the beginning of the game. Ooh, ectoplasm. That's really rare. I'm going to equip those. Champion straps? We're going to remove those. Now I'm shitless. YouTube, please don't please not demonetize. I'm not monetized to begin with. But YouTube, please don't take my video down. It's not nudity, I swear. He's a shirtless dude. He's a shirtless dude. Oh, wrong door. This one. It's the one that I haven't gone through yet. Of course. Oh god. It's humanoid. Oh shit. That was a really scary looking dude. Some dude with armbands on just came in and shocked the crap out of him. That was a shocking turn of events, huh? Okay, yeah, I didn't find it funny either. Die. You will die. You shall die. Oh, jeez, the rat just died. Oh my god, what the This one knows fireball! Holy crap! Whew! I grazed death. There are enemies nearby. Okay, this is how the exits look in this game. I'm trying to make sure I'm centered in the camera. I can't tell. I'm not going to go just yet. In fact, I'm going to save. Let's see. Privateers Hold, because that's the name of this dungeon. And we're gonna go up here and explore just a tiny bit longer, because there's some extra super duper cool stuff in here. Like monsters to kill. And like one last loot box. Hey, Listen. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay. This was a bad idea. How am I not dead? How am I not dead? This is where I die. Whoop! I survived. Wow, that was a very close fight. Oh. Please tell me. 39%. Okay, that's okay, I guess. But holy crap, that was not a fun experience right there. Whoopsies. I knew it. It was an ambush. It's a trap! Listen, bitch. Ah. Die. Is it just me, or did my spells cost go down? Huh. I wonder how that works. Oh well. Wait, wasn't Shock 55 at the beginning of the video? Oh well. There he is. There is big boy. Dead. Problem solved. Until fully healed. Oof. Awesome. Look at that. We're gaining skill levels left and freaking right, dude. Awesome sauceum. So, I don't know. I heard a door open. That's not normal. Am I forgetting something? I don't think I am. What am I forgetting? Oh well, it's okay. I'll just leave. And we are out into the world. So, normally I would fast travel. Or normally, some people fast travel. But hey, this is the map of Daggerfall. Daggerfall is... well, technically the area that we're in is called the Iliac Bay. We are in the kingdom of Daggerfall. So, before the Elder Scrolls 3 happened, Daggerfall was actually its own kingdom. It wasn't just a city in High Rock. It's a province of High Rock. High Rock didn't become its own province. So basically, a lot of the people became tired. Okay, so let me explain from the beginning. Okay. In the Elder Scrolls 1, the Arena, Chapter 1, the Arena, the Emperor of the Empire, Uriel Septim VII, was betrayed by his his head battle mage, Aegar Tharn, who transported him to a random plane of oblivion. Upon returning, he found his empire in shambles. People were fighting, people were causing problems everywhere they went. It was a nightmare. He tried to change things up, but biggest parts of the region, the biggest problems that came from this was in High Rock and Hammerfell, which had broken up into small kingdoms at the time. Kingdoms like Daggerfall, and other smaller kingdoms like Glenpoint and Elysian Hills. The three major powers in the Iliac Bay, Daggerfall, Sentinel, and Wayrest, are kind of going through this weird political campaign against one another, and you are going to be caught in the middle of it in the main story. So yeah. So basically what I just wanted to show you how big this map is. This map is huge. See all of these little dots? These are all places you can go. And they're in every single little thing. I'm not joking. This is 100%. 100%. Like, you see this little lake? That's not just there for aesthetic. That's a lake. And you are all the way over here. It would take me literally IRL hours to get there. It would probably be get halfway through the map to get there. This map is huge. But we can walk. This is probably the only time you'll ever see me walk to a town from a dungeon. And vice versa. This game is quite possibly one of my newest obsessions. I love how big open world maps style games work. That's how I run a lot of my D&D campaigns. For anybody who is interested, I might be planning on making D&D content in the future as well, where I run Dungeons & Dragons campaigns for friends of mine. Assuming they agree to the recording part. Oh well, if they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. It's okay. I'm not judging. But I do want to do more D&D based content as well, so I might be planning some videos where I talk about Dungeons & Dragons a lot more too. So yeah. We're almost to the town. There's a town right up this hill. And it's called Gothway Garden. And like that, we are officially at the Pig and Cat Inn. We can talk to the guy here. So that'll be 4 gold pieces. And we now have a room that we can rest up for the night. This is gonna have to be where I end the video. I do appreciate anybody who's watching this video. And if you guys want to see more content, like I said before, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment and like the video, and if you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comments. If there's something else you guys want me to try, I'll try my best, but let me know in the comments as well. And why don't you guys tell me what your favorite part about this game so far is, or what race of what Elder Scrolls race you'd like to play in the Elder Scrolls games. And with that, I'll leave you guys to it. Have a nice day, and I really hope you guys come back for the next video. Bye!